Welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial, and today's review will be BMF Season 2, Episode 9. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let's get into it. So this is a decent episode. Push the story forward. A lot went on in this episode, so let's get down to it. So the beginning of the episode starts off with Meech, Terry, and the crew headed to Atlanta Freaknik. Atlanta Freaknik um, was known to, they said it was where college students down in Atlanta who couldn't afford to go home to spring break or other places, so they pretty much had their own thing right on campus, and it's about partying, freaking, and stuff like that. And anybody that grew up around that time always heard about it. A lot of us was too young to experience it, but those that got to experience it, they always had stories in reference to it. So it took you right into that action, and what the atmosphere was about. Of course, Meech and Terry is there to set up shop, make new connects where they could start to expand the business. Meanwhile, back at in Detroit, while Meech and Terry is in Atlanta to expand, you have two different scenarios going on. You got Detective Bryant and, of course, his partner. They still hitting it off. She stays with him. Now, his son, after the events that happened with B. Mickey, Detective Bryant went out and got a new safe where he put the gun at, and she came over to get broke off. In the process of getting broke off, um, Detective Jen woke up in the middle of the night, surfacing, looking through um, Brian's house, and he woke up and said, "You looking for something?" She said, "Yeah, I'm looking for a blanket." So she, in return, got the information to B. Mickey. She finds out that B. Mickey pretty much had his mom was moved out of hospital in the at the orders of Bryant, and so that's why B. Mickey was responding the way he did. He finally admitted to her and pretty much told her he'd tell her the information when he won't hold no information back from her. So it went from there. Then you had Lamar and Mo. Now this is getting way out of control when I explain this scene. So we always seen like Lamar came, he put 30,000 in the bank for Zoe. He also had bought Mo a ring, and we know Mo has a habit of doing coke. So she with that, so she's having sniffing coke with him. He bought her a ring. However, Mo came, and because he got a poop bag, he can't get right. So she told him if he do some crack. Now, cocaine was used back in them days as a party drug, probably still is in some areas, and but crack was something else. So she told him to take some crack, and he was like, he jumped to his mode. Well, won't you do it first? And when he said you do it first, he went to force her to do it. So she put the crack in a pipe, and then she slid it up, and he proceeded to choke her, and then they got in a scuffle fight, and he kept choking her, and she was hitting him. He still was overpowering her. He overpowered her till he killed her. Now it's just like we didn't see, they made Lamar's character now like way out of control. Like everybody see it. I don't know nobody that's looking at the Lamar character like, yeah, that was like, that's too much for one person. Lamar probably got like 10 kills between season 1 and season 2, and he's just killing people left and right. And you know, I guess they trying to highlight that character as being more like the person in real life. He was just a terror or whatever we all see on Vlad TV. The real person is still alive. So I don't know how they're gonna play this story out, but the way they, I mean, of course, none of these events is like, it's blurred, so you don't know what's real and what's not, and some of it's changed just for story purposes. So at this moment, Mo is killed by Lamar, and Meech, second baby mom, is killed by Lamar. So he choked her out, killed her, called his, I guess that's his cousin that came through. That got the mortuary, and somebody rings the phone. The cousin tells him, "Hey, don't answer the phone." He still goes to answer the phone, and it's Zoe. So now Zoe know that his dad was there, pick up the phone. So Detective Bryant and everybody is still so hell bent on uh, getting Meech and Terry in the investigation that they ain't even after Lamar no more. He just rolling around Detroit, just killing people left and right. So that's the part that's goofy about. Like that's a negative. Like I don't know how they're going to end up just turning out. I think they're gonna make him just end up in a. He gonna get locked up for like mental issues or something like that. But it's annoying at this point. Like this dude's just killing people, and So, nevertheless, the next subplot in this episode was Charles and Lucille. We know Lucille found Charles was having an affair, and she's stressing. So she went out with the pastor looking for guidance. The pastor tried to push up on her, and she wasn't with it. She's just looking for guidance. So when the pastor felt she wasn't really on it like that, he told the waiter or the waitress to make sure when he get a check, they split it in two or whatever. So she had that look. So she was stressing at the house, and it shows the daughter Nicole how she is stepping up and how she's maturing because she's cooking. She cooked her dad dinner, and then the second time she cooked her mom dinner. So after cooking her dinner, she mom went eat. So Mabel came over to drop off that skillet pan she got a couple episodes ago. So Mabel just wanted to drop it off and leave. Lucille, she wanted somebody to confide in, so she's hurt. And she talked to Mabel. She's crying, and she just want to pray. And when Mabel was kind of standoffish, and she's very confiding in her, Mabel digged in her purse to get her some tissue. When she the process of that, Mabel pulled out the book of matches, but it had the Easy motel on there. And so Lucille just started putting two to two together, and she said, he's having an affair with you. And so Mabel didn't deny it. And so of course Lucille grabbed that frying pan and start running her stuff, talking about I'll whoop you behind up and down the street. You better stay away from my family. So after she kicked Mabel out, she took Charles' guitar and just destroyed it. I think you've seen the trailer on that. And when she destroyed Charles' guitar, she in return, he came down, basically said, I didn't want her, I want you. And Lucille basically said, whatever love we had is gone. Nicole came down and pretty much told her dad, you need to go, you done enough. So he just looked at her and then he stepped Now that's all the subplots so far, and it's flipped to Meech and them in Atlanta. So they at Freaknik, ruffling some feathers. They ran into their guy Ty. They telling him he trying. They paid him back from fronting them way back. Gave him extra money. He's a family man, so he ain't on trying to hang out at the clubs and stuff like that. He got his business affairs, and with his wife. They got Carisha playing as his wife, and Meech and them's coming in there. So of course, Meech and them, while they in town, they meet up with Goldie. Gave Goldie some money too, since they doing their thing with their new connect. Goldie, of course, is fond of them and told them they're gonna hook. She's gonna hook them up with somebody that knows about real estate in Atlanta, and that could get them some good property. So, you heard the BMF story or watched the documentaries. They had all these houses and places all over Atlanta and stuff like that. And I guess this is the intro to that. Meanwhile, when Meech went and used the bathroom, he got a chance to see Goldie's sister, and you could tell she had AIDS, and she had a moment. Goldie came and pretty much told Meech mind his business. Meech stepped off and went about his business. Now you seen Terry talking with a sketchy guy, so Terry is plotting on having B Mickey killed. He looking at B Mickey as a liability, even though that's Meech's childhood homie. So Terry's looking at him as a liability. So Terry goes and put a hit out on him. And so when they go to Magic City, which is a popular strip club in Atlanta, that's where the hit's supposed to come. But B Mickey peeping the play the whole time. So Meech convinced Ty to come out and party with them one last night before they roll out. Now he don't normally go out. He just family man now. So he told his wife pretty much, let me go out, hang with the fellas. They go do that. Now, when they in Magic City, but I've been noticing a lot of these actresses and actors that's in this BMF is in the sketches in the Country Wayne skits on Country Wayne channel. A lot of them actors and actresses are on BMF, so I've been noticing that. So they at the Magic City, and afterward, during it, we Mickey see Terry talking to the sketchy character again, and afterwards, the sketchy character comes out, and you also see somebody that don't like Meech and them, so they want to shoot at Meech and them as well. So now you have Terry's guy got a hit on B Mickey, and then you got this other crew that don't like Meech and them trying to set up. So after they walking out of the club, shootout happens and they miss, and what happens is Ty gets shot up. So they hurry up and pull Meech. Told Meech, we gotta go. But Ty laid there all shot up, dying. Now, Meech got Ty chained. He gotta be the one to go back and tell Ty's wife. And so she's hurt, the acting wasn't that good because she don't know how to do the fake tears. Cry or whatever, so on key, but she tried to make it work. Tried to show an emotional moment. She smacked him and told him she want revenge for her husband's death. He stepped off. Now, it showed a moment where you probably seen in the trailer where it shows B Mickey pull a gun out on Terry. So B Mickey told him, like, I know you set me up to get a hit. So the way B Mickey looked at it, like Meech had something to do with it too. where Meech ain't have nothing to do with that. That was all Terry. And so Meech pulled the gun out on B. Mickey, pretty much telling him to put the gun down. And so, B. Mickey and Meech have a bond. So B. Mickey pulled the gun down, but looked at Meech in the eye and said, I kill for you. And I still kill for you, regardless, you know what I'm saying? And basically, so Meech said pretty much, I I can't lose another brother. So he put the gun down and basically said, we started this together, and we're gonna end this together, and we're gonna pretty much go at whoever's coming at us full head. And that was the end of them for that. And then it ended pretty much with Terry getting a phone call from Markeisha. So once again, what is keep highlighting is Terry always using the phones. That's what it's highlighting. If you notice, you don't see Meech on the phone too much. Like, even though Meech is the more braggadocious, he the more flashier one, you don't see Meech on the phones. He talk to people in person. And if what it's highlighting is that Terry is always on the phone. People always got a number to call Terry. He's always talking. So that's what it's highlighting. If you watch the documentaries, that was one of the main ways that they was able to get Terry, is because he's always on the phone talking about everything in business or whatever. But they couldn't really tie much to Meech. Meech really got pulled down because of other people, and they really didn't have much on Meech because they have him on a wire test. Other people was connecting the dots to Meech. So nevertheless, that'll come season 4 or 5, whatever, however long it lasts. And Boom got locked up, which is Markeisha's husband. And when he gets locked up, that's what FBI needed. Or Detective Brian, he ain't FBI yet. Detective Brian, and he goes and show Boom the pictures of Markeisha and Terry. And so when he seen that, he instantly start telling all the business that the Flannerys got K9's Connect or whatever. And so now they know K9 has, even though K9's locked up, Meech and Terry got his Connect. That's how they moving. So they getting more information. So what it's showing, it's still showing the board that if you Google the BMF, it's a board that connects all the dots. So they showing that board, and they showing how the dots are still being connected or whatever. So the trailer shows K9 in investigation and basically telling them to give up his Connect information. But I think K9's character is going to stand tall and he ain't going to give up no information or whatever. He's just going to stand tall. So overall, it was a decent episode to push it forward. One more episode left for season 2. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Till next time.